everybody, and welcome to Revamp by Renee. So I have to be honest, these intros, outros, what have you are still kind of difficult for me. So please bear with me if I seem a little awkward or nervous on the camera. I am still getting adjusted to chatting with you guys, even though I love it so much and I love bringing the content to you guys as well. So with that being said, we are going to be getting into some more fall DIYs, and we are going to be creating with our Cricut machines. So if you do not have a Cricut machine, please don't dismiss this video. I would love for you to stick around, maybe grab a snack or a beverage of choice, and just enjoy the video for the love of creativity. All right, everybody, make sure you're subscribed. If you are not, hit that big red button and the bell so you don't miss any future content. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for joining the revamped community. I can't wait to see you again. And let's get into the creativity and the crafts. All right, everybody, let this video be an inspiration to go through your craft room and find some blanks that you haven't used in some time, or even ones that you can repurpose. I recently went through my craft room and found these items that we're going to be using in this video that I wanted to give life to for the very first time. So I took a 7x7 blank white frame from Dollar Tree that I'd had for a while, and then this beautiful leaf foil printed cardstock that I had also picked up at Michael's years ago, and I coordinated it with something else I made that you will see in the final reveal. But I went ahead and traced that backing paper onto the scrapbook paper and simply just cut it out, and then I'm just dry fitting it here to make sure it's going to fit in there nice and snug. And then I went ahead and measured out where I wanted my design, or how big I wanted it to be, and it ended up being 5x5. And I went ahead and cut out on permanent vinyl this beige light tan colored vinyl that I found in my stash, and I made this really sweet sentiment, fall sweet fall. And I want you to go ahead and just use what you have. If you have stickers or vinyl, then utilize what you have to coordinate with your scrapbook paper. I also use this vinyl transfer tape that I will go ahead and link below for you guys. I get it off of Amazon. It's a great price for that big, nice bulk pack there, and it's got a great grid line on it that's nice and bright and vibrant for you to see. I just go ahead and peel back a corner, and then I place it down right there in the corner, and then lay it over without pulling the backing off so I can make sure it's going to cover it entirely. And then go ahead and brayer your entire font or image. And then I want to notate that if you have trouble weeding or getting it started to weed, like I did here, you can go back, try to rebrayer it. And then if that doesn't work, do a reverse weeding technique. So basically you just flip it over, brayer it on the back of the backing paper, and then you'll see here my image came off just fine with no issues by doing that. Sometimes it can just be a little finicky and it needs a little extra love and push. So this is another technique or way to try and get that vinyl unstuck. And then to get it all centered, I am going ahead and just making a little marker point. And then I like to bend my design on my transfer tape backwards, so sticky side out, and just line up your two ends of your design there. And then go ahead and pinch the top and the bottom if you'd like. I just pinch the top and then the other side of it as well, and that should be just enough. So I'm just lining up my image with those two little crease marks and then my little tack marks or marker pen marks that I made on the paper. And then just brayer away and get that tacked down really well. And the nice thing about this vinyl transfer tape, it does not tear. It is literally made for vinyl, so it knows you're going to utilize it on all kinds of surfaces. So again, I will link that below for you guys as well. This pulled together so beautifully, and I really wanted to showcase that reflection with the light and the foil. Absolutely beautiful. Something so simple can become so high-end, and all it took was a beautiful cardstock and a really sweet sentiment. And here is that coordinating pumpkin riser. I think this is probably one of my favorite DIYs we did over on my Facebook page, so make sure you're following me over there. I do weekly live crafting tutorials and really get to chit chat with you guys and inspire you. This project really surprised me at how it came out in a good way. It was a pillow I'd had in my stash for a while. So it was just a decorative pillow from the Target dollar spot for $5, but it was made out of 100% polyester, which makes it a perfect candidate for infusible ink. Now, yes, I know this is not a Cricut approved blank, but I really wanted to give it a try because, like I said, this is all in the mind frame of reusing or using what we already have. So I ended up measuring out my design, and then I used this beautiful Brush Sunset infusible ink I had actually had on hand for a while now. And then if you've never weeded or used fusible ink, it simply can be weeded with your fingers or some tweezers. It's like a cardstock consistency, so it's not like the vinyl or the iron-on material. And then you just see me going through each color because we are spelling out the word fall. And then you want to make sure and prep your surface. So I'm taking a lint roller over my pillow. Any particles can actually change the color of your infusible ink. And then I just referenced the heat guide at Cricut.com, and it ended up being $385 for 60 seconds with light pressure. You definitely want to go over there. It's going to have you input your machine or your easy press type as well as your material, and then it will give you the exact directions of what to do. And then I'm placing all of my letters here, and I'm using Cricut's heat transfer tape to just tack anything down because we do not want to move that easy press. Once it is pressed down, we want to leave it in place, pressurize it if it's asked for, and then just let it do its job for the time it is requesting. And I want to really quickly apologize for my voice. If I sound really breathy or congested, I am getting over a cold, so that is why. And as most of us know, if we are sick, and especially if we work from home, work does not stop. Okay, this is one of my favorite fall pillows so far, and I have picked up a few, but I created this all on my own, and I used something I had already had in my stash, saving money on pillows because I am definitely a pillow hoarder. So I really was appreciative of how the colors came out, even though this wasn't a Cricut blank. Sometimes we just have to have a little faith in ourselves and trust the process of creativity. Okay, for all my RAE DUNN fans out there, this design file is for you, or anyone for that matter. But I am using these Cricut infusible ink coasters that my husband got me a while back. And then I am actually going to be using the pens to create this design. So you are going to need some infusible ink pens. Make sure that they say infusible ink on the packaging. And then I'm just taking the black pen here. And for anyone who hasn't used any of the Cricut pens before, quick little tutorial. Just take your pen, follow the arrow down, I know it seems very obvious, and insert it into your pen sleeve there, into clamp A if you have the Cricut Maker. And then you're going to grab some laser copy paper and place it onto your mat, and then just let the Cricut do its thing and draw out or write the words that we are using in a RAE DUNN inspired font. And then I didn't like how it was outlined, but I wanted it to be a little darker on the coasters. So I just took that pen and filled in those lines and darkened it up a bit. Okay, and I'm just going to be cutting out each word, grouping of words, so that they are sized down a bit more. And then I am prepping my surface. We always want to prep it, and just taking a towel and brushing it over. And then I am centering my words onto my coaster. And again, I'm taking some more of that Cricut heat transfer tape and applying it on all the edges that I need to secure our design down. Okay, and then for this particular combination, it called for 400 degrees for 240 minutes. And you also want to make sure that that little red Cricut symbol is lit up green, and that will let you know that it is ready and heated up properly. It will also make a beep sound, so you will have another option to hear that as well. And then you want to take your heat resistant mat and place that on your surface, as well as a piece of butcher paper. That is just to ensure no ink leaks through onto your surface. And then I am placing all the coasters as close as I can, and then placing another piece of butcher paper right on top. And see that light there? That is green, and that lets us know that it is properly heated to the right degree. And then just place it on top. This one called for absolutely no pressure, so I simply just placed it on there, made sure it was covering all of the coasters at once. And then one of my favorite parts is just like weeding. You are going to lift it off there, put it back in its little heat cradle, and take off that butcher paper very carefully, because everything is going to be very, very hot. So what you're going to want to do is just give it the time to cool, and you're going to see this sped up because I gave it the proper time to cool. So I am just removing the tape and the copy paper as soon as everything was able to be touched. And then here is a side-by-side for you to reference of how close this font was to RAE DUNN's. And I was really excited that I found this font, so I'm very eager to share it with you guys. So again, that will be linked below. Now, of course, when you use one of the infusible blanks by Cricut, you are definitely going to get a more substantial outcome. And these would be such a statement piece to any get-together that you have, as well as just to use them as a piece of decor, maybe next to your coffee station, as I did. And I will show you later on how I paired the apple cider one with our coordinating mug we're going to create next. Let this portion of the video be another inspiration to take the plunge on something that may intimidate you, because I have had the Cricut heat press for some time now and been very intimidated to use it. So we are diving into that in this section. I am using the Cricut mugs, they're blanks, and I am using the 15-ounce mug. And then I am going to grab my infusible ink set again in the animal print. I absolutely love animal print for fall because it's very neutral, but it's a little bit of sass mixed in. And then again, I'm just cutting out my design. And here is the mug press here. I'm going to give you a little tour, and on the top are 5 light indicators, as well as that little Cricut button. And then you have your lever, as well as the chamber that you would insert your mug into. Now with this design, I wanted kind of a 2-in-1. So I wanted one side to be for hot cocoa, and then the other side to be for apple cider. I absolutely love apple cider in the fall, so make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite beverage is during the fall time. And I am going ahead and securing it with that heat transfer tape as well. And then we are going to go ahead and insert it into the chamber there, and I'm just sliding it through. And then we're going to press down on that lever, and that is going to activate the heating element in the mug press. And then here is a top view so you can see how those light indicators transition. And once it reaches that very last 5th light indicator, then the process is done. And you just lift that handle, and then you can go ahead and slide your mug out of the chamber. And the handle will be absolutely cool to the touch, so it is just the mug that will be very hot. So leave that be, let it cool completely, and then remove your tape and your transfer tape. And then this turned out so beautiful, vibrant, and absolutely more than I thought it was going to be. I was so proud because I took the plunge and completely surprised myself, and now I have an adorable mug ready for fall and all those warm, cozy beverages. right, everybody, that is going to wrap up another fall DIY tutorial. And I want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. I have seen a huge growth already, and it is making me even more eager to bring you so much more content. And I just want to welcome you in the right way and let you know that I see you, I am here, and cheers to joining the revamped community. Let's do this together. You guys are the reason this is possible. So for anybody coming in, make sure you hit subscribe. Also make sure that you check out my Facebook and Instagram profiles, and I will see you very soon.